What's going on? This is going to be uh, Millionaire Savings Plan talk. Just want to talk about one of the most important things about, or not so much about, but what you need to do with this plan. What is it that you need to have to make this plan successful? You just purchased the Millionaire Savings Plan. You got the book. Before you open the page, what is it that you actually need to make this plan successful? That's what I'm going to be talking about today. So, one of the main objectives you need to have is your mindset. Your mindset has to be positive, has to be realistic, it has to be inspired. You will need inspiration. You know, some people are in different situations than others. Some people are living in poverty or living around people that are in poverty. Some people are, living a middle class lifestyle or living around middle class people. Some people are upper class, but they're not millionaires. It's a wide variety of people, in the world. I'm sure it's a wide variety of people that will take on the Millionaire Savings Plan. The mindset might be different compared to someone that's let's just say living in the slums or living in the hood versus someone living in middle suburbia somewhere in some mini mansion that they have $100,000 plus year job, but they are kind of stuck with that income, and they have quite a bit of bills and financial responsibilities, but they want to get higher up a step. They want to get past, let's just say, $64,000. They want to get to $128,000, but they need some help because they're just stuck. Some people are struggling to get to $1,000. They are working at a small mom and pop shop, and they're trying to get on step one. This plan is for anybody, from step 1 to step 10, even step 11, because let's just say you just only have $1 million. Well, you might want to use an advanced form of Millionaire Savings Plan, which is basically, instead of starting off with $1,000, you start off with $10,000. This plan works to infinity. I mean, this book, this will be around before I'm dead and gone. People will be using this strategy to better their life, from people that are millionaires to billionaires. I mean, there's yet to be an actual trillionaire yet. It's people that they say are close to it, or the closest that they ever been. But the thing is this plan works for all all walks of life, all different economic classes. You could basically use this process to become a billionaire if you want. So the question that or just the focus that a lot of times I find myself wrestling with day to day in is having that positive mindset, having that mindset that basically you understand there's money all around you, there's opportunity all around you. Depending on where you are, it does make a difference. I'm not going to say that me being in the United States of America doesn't give me some advantage over if I was, let's just say, in Bangladesh. It does give me an advantage being in the United States of America. Okay. Um, it does give me an advantage. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't take advantage of the advantages of being in in United States of America, being in somewhere where you can get some type of access to wealth. A lot of people do not take advantage of the advantages, as well as, yes, it's not necessarily easy. If, let's just say, you're not part of the club, right, to take advantage of certain advantages. It is certain barriers that you have to overcome. Like I talked about in another live stream about the lack of money is a people problem. Okay, it's a people problem. People have money. I mean, unfortunately, I'm not a proponent on robbing people or burglarizing people's houses, but the reason why people rob banks and rob people is because people have the money. They don't, it's not necessarily money is not a magical machine that, basically you just have to go see and say the magic words and then you get money. No, money is controlled by people. That's why people try to, do malicious things to get money. They get money out of people, extorting people, robbing people. You know, that is just a negative way about going about getting money, because yes, people have money. Okay. The wealthy and the plutocrats and the oligarchs, they have a concentrated level of money, spread across, you know, um, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, real estate portfolios, wealth management, trusts. They have monies in various different places, and basically it makes up their actual overall wealth. I mean, they don't just have just one. They don't just have just one account and then a whole bunch of money in it. That's not how that works. The average bank, I think they insure up to $250,000. It might have changed to a half a million. I'm not sure, but yeah, it only insures up to a certain amount. So if you have $1 million in a one bank account, and something happens to the bank, your money is only insured up to so much. There's a very strong chance that if something happens to the bank, you'll lose your money because it's only insured by the FDIC up to a certain amount. Okay, I say all of that to say, basically, in a nutshell, basically money is a people's problem. It's a problem of, basically, you don't have enough people around you that have money. Your friends, they're good people, but they don't have any money. They don't have any type of collective to where you guys are getting capital. You don't have any type of investment group. There's no money for the investment group. You guys don't have enough money to start a business, or you don't have enough um just wherewithal to just come together and start a business. I mean, it's easy to find someone to just, have a beer with, go approach women in a bar, or have, a blunt session, smoke some weed. It's easier to find people for, let's just say, pleasure than to stick to a plan and a goal and put up money, time, capital, changes in day-to-day life and stick to a goal. It's kind of hard to find people to do that with versus someone that just have a beer or drink with, and have a good time and watch the latest sports venue or something like that, or even play sports with you. It's harder to find people that have that stick to itiveness and business and money, and put their money up, their capital and their time, heart and soul into it, and just stick with the plan. Very few people um, will actually come together and do that. So it goes into being a people problem. A lot of times when you get older, you realize people are who they are. They're never going to change. This is just how they're probably going to be for the rest of their life, most likely. And you either have to stay with that person and stay in their presence, or let them go their own way. And a lot of times people have to go their own way because their friends are not a part of their same mission and their goals for their future. So they have to part ways, because it goes back to money problems are people problems. Even who you decide to choose to have, some type of sexual relationship with, you partner up with, those are people that are even more gonna be affected. You're gonna be affected by your mission and your goals and what you want to do in the future, and how you want to spend money, what your long-term goals are. Those people are definitely going to be affected, affecting your mission, your goals, more than even a friend. Because at the end of the day, your friend, you eventually, after you had enough beers, after the game is over, you go to your own place or wherever you are, and you go to your woman, or vice versa. For women, um that's usually someone that is around long term, that they're around day to day. They live with you in some cases if you're not married. Even if you're married, of course they live with you. So these people are very much enthralled with your life. They, if you don't have the same mission statement, the same goals as the woman you're with, obviously that's going to come to a problem. That's going to be a actual problem that affects you and affects your money, immediately. Almost like just day in and day out. It's just immediately gonna affect you. It's not gonna go away. Unless you do the same thing with your friends. You part ways. Unfortunately, a lot of people have problems parting ways because pretty much a lot of times children are involved, and that type of thing is definitely something that is hard to deal with. And it's usually not a situation where the person is just nice. Your woman is just not, but she has some problem with how she spends money, or how you spend your money or whatever. It's usually something else associated with that. where it comes into a situation where it's arguing, fussing, or worse, or even disrespect and stuff like that. So those things also come into play. But I've talked about those in other videos more in detail. But your mindset is definitely, I would have to say, the most important, because your mindset is going to be how you actually fulfill the Millionaire Savings Plan steps and go higher up the steps. That is how you're going to do it. It's going to start with your mind, and it's going to end with that. How you think is going to affect how you move day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year. And having the right mindset, having realistic ideas and objectives, looking at things just like they are versus having some type of delusional fantasy about what things will be, is going to affect how you move up the Millionaire Savings Plan steps. I mean, it just is what it is. I would love to tell you a fairy tale about, riding magical unicorns and ponies, and how life is going to be wonderful, and everybody is just going to have cake and ice cream and milk and honey. But unfortunately, we live in a world where there's 8 billion people in this world, and there's conflicts going on. There's chaos. I mean, basically life is just about how you maintain the chaos. Literally, we're surrounded by chaos. We just don't really see it because, or hear it, because we basically live in our own bubbles. But the police are surrounding us. We got military installations all around us. uh Tyranny is just held back, and chaos is held back by basically your tax dollars, and your law enforcement, first responders, and the military, and just basically people in general, everyday individuals. But it's chaos going all around us. It's broken families, broken homes, broken communities. A lot of people that are dealing with financial problems. It's going to be more people dealing with financial problems day in and day out. And they are going to be looking for some type of relief. And some people are not going to be able to get that relief. And when that relief doesn't come, then people will try to commit some type of crime to survive. Unfortunately, that will happen, and it will continue to happen. And the thing about it is, if you are listening to this, you are trying to implement the Millionaire Savings Plan, so you don't have to be that individual in the future that has to go and do something to make sure your family has something for itself. You basically chose to not only just try to survive, but you chose to absolutely thrive, because basically we are all trying to survive. I mean, one of the things about the Millionaire Savings Plan, it is for people that's not just trying to just survive, but just also even thrive. Unfortunately, the people that do get arrested and stuff like that, and get caught for doing things illegally, their houses is going to be up for sale. Their cars are going to be up for government auction. Their assets will be up for government auction. And people that have money to buy those assets, you know, for a lower price than what they paid for it, they're going to be able to do that. They're going to be able to buy those assets, use them if they want, or resell them. You know, that's just how that works. You know, and it all starts with your mindset. You understand whatever your current problems are. You know, I say definitely meditate. Meditate. Once you meditate, you think about what your problems are, and then you have a pen and pad next to you when you're meditating, and you write down those problems. And then when you write down those problems, the second thing you do is come up with some type of solution for those problems. If those problems are monetarily, meaning that they could be solved through money, write down a dollar amount that you think that those problems could be solved. You know, like I say, I mean, one of the things about the Millionaire Savings Plan that I use myself is I think about the different steps of what things would be possibly. Like, for example, step 11 is $512,000. You know, what would you be able to do with $512,000? You know, what would you be able to do, you know, with that amount of money? Would most of your problems be solved? Most of your needs that you need to accomplish be solved with $512,000, or do you need more money? You know, what a dollar amount, like just if $128,000, you know, would that be, you know, something that would help you solve most of your needs if you had $128,000, which would be, let's see, that would be step 8. Or would just all you need is just $64,000. $64,000, would that solve most of your problems? You know, would that give you what you basically need just for starters to get off of the ground? These are the questions that, you know, you ponder. You know, I mean, maybe you need some time off to get well. You know, you need to, you know, basically you know, get some freedom, some time, so you can just have a sabbatical to where you can, you know, kind of work on some health issues or something like that. Change up your job, you know, do something different, do something you really want to do, like start up a coffee shop slash bakery or something like that. You know, I mean, what would that money require for you to do the things that you want to do? You know, have you consulted with someone to actually figure out how much would it cost for you to do actually what you really want to do? You know, like one of my goals is to start a restaurant. You know, that requires about anywhere between $64,000 to $128,000. So I need to be on step 7 or 8 to actually start up a restaurant that I wanted to do since probably at least in my early 20s, you know. So yeah, it's some things that, you know, you want to do in life. A lot of times it comes with a mindset, doing it one step at a time. You need the money to do it, and you need the focus. You need to, you know, go step to step to step to get higher up to where you have that money. You might change from, you know, once you get the actual money. Let's just say you did save, you did what it takes to get, you know, $64,000, and then you actually, you know, you get to that step and you change your mind. You don't want to do what you wanted to do before. You know, once you get the money in hand, you like, you know what, I'm not really into this anymore. I want to do something different. And you know, you have that you have that prerogative to change your mind at any time. So yeah, it's definitely a mindset thing. Definitely that's where it starts and ends. So that's what I'm gonna leave you with.